I'm loving what I'm seeing here, ladies and gents. Bitcoin has slowed down with its trend. A lot of people are talking about that bearish divergence that we've got on our chart right now, where the price has continued to move up. If I just draw two very, very basic trend lines right here on the chart and then on the RSI, you can see that we have kind of been showing a little bit of a bearish divergence on these very small time frames. And so far, that has lent Bitcoin to fall down a little bit, but we're falling down into support areas, ladies and gents. This is exactly what I was covering with you guys in a very, very recent video. So shout out to those of you who are subscribed to this YouTube channel, hitting up the like button and all that good stuff. Thank you all so much as we come into this one right here. 1 hour Ichimoku cloud right here, giving us some really, really nice support. Guys, I want to draw this to your attention because when the market is finally moving and trending in some meaningful way, this is a very, very powerful indicator, okay? And the last time, see, take a look at what was happening before. Market wasn't moving at all in this range. As soon as the market started to move, bam, support hits, bam, support hits. What's going on right now? This is obviously the question of the video. We've already gotten two really nice moves off this Ichimoku cloud, and I think we could be looking at the second one, but our time is running out, guys. This cloud is closing off because Bitcoin has now faltered for quite a little bit, and that is going to potentially mean that this is going to close off and become an area of resistance. So please keep an eye on that as we continue to move forward. But what I am liking to see right here is that this area, which, with the Ichimoku cloud, which has previously worked out for Bitcoin quite nicely, is again indicating that we could find a little bit more support, and this does stretch all the way down to $20,100, and I think this is absolutely great. The key level that I'm going to be watching for is basically just kind of anything above kind of this green line, or anything above this prior low right here. We are now currently setting higher highs, not by very much, but it is something. Take a look at this, and then take a look at this high. It is slightly higher than what we got last time. So if we're going to be punching in a higher low, this is actually extremely bullish. And, like I said, a lot of people are going to be looking at this, bearish divergence that we've got on the chart right now. But the reason that I'm not actually worried about this, guys, is because, why is this auto-correcting? If anyone knows how to turn this off on Mac, please let me know. Obviously a lot of people are looking at this bearish divergence, and guys, my take on this is pretty straightforward, right? Bearish divergences are basically like the first thing that show up on a chart, when something could be ready to reverse, but it generally, isn't going to be significant enough for me to care very much. And, that's because you can actually identify bearish divergences all over the place, and they, it's just, you'd be fooling yourself if you constantly gave these a lot of thought, because it would lead you to enter positions all the time that you may not otherwise think is a good idea, right? Purely just because of these bearish divergences. I'm really struggling to find a single example of this right now, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you this, but I've shown you this many times before, so those of you who have been subscribed to the YouTube channel, you're going to know all about this. This is actually something I've extensively talked about inside of the 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗧 Academy course, which you can get on screen. Bam, right here. It's going to be one of the links in the description down below to join the free 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗧 Telegram channel. That's where you get more analysis and updates from myself and my team around the clock, free of charge, ping straight to your phone. And then once you're in that channel, you can click on my name and then send message at the bottom of any post inside of 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗧, and that will get you into a direct chat with me where you can ask me about how to join VIP. And most people who join VIP are going to be getting free access to the 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗧 Academy courses as well, and that is where I've covered this very idea as well. But just moving it back to the chart very quickly here, I think that this is not something to be particularly concerned about, because like I said, bearish divergences, they are generally one of the first things that show up, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be correct, right? If you've got a signal that fires off all the time, it doesn't mean much in my opinion, especially if it's always the first signal, because this in itself could have been a signal that the market was going to crash down. But if you just zoom out and take a breath, you'd know that we're probably going to be okay, right? And you just wouldn't have had that awareness if you were looking at quite short-term, almost narrow-minded forms of analysis. And that is exactly what I'm calling bearish divergences. I know that's going to offend a lot of people. I know that's going to upset a lot of people, but those of you who have gone through our 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗧 Academy course, you're going to know exactly why I'm actually even drawing that conclusion. I've gone really deep into the RSI in that course as well, so I'm not going to be repeating it right here in this video, but it's not the most reliable form of analysis in my opinion. And the key problem with the RSI is that it's basically the first indicator that everybody learns, and it's also fairly straightforward on the surface, and that's, I think, where the big flaws come in, right? It almost lulls you into a false sense of belief. It makes you think that the indicator is I mean, I'm not saying it's not a very useful indicator at all, but it makes people, lean on it too much. And that, to me, is a little bit of a problem because, guys, bottom line here, I do think we are potentially, like I said, just entering this formation here where we are setting higher highs, potentially getting ready to set higher lows as well. So basically anything above kind of $20,000 for a low is going to be good news for us. And again, the fact that that does line up with the 1 hour Ichimoku cloud is absolutely fantastic because that is even more of an indication here that we've got a lot of support. And that's not where it ends. If we look at this on the 4-hour time frame with the EMA ribbon, we have EMA support right now stretching all the way down to $20,200, which was basically one of the key areas that I was talking about when we were below, saying that this could be an area of resistance. And it was pretty damn accurate analysis that you guys have been getting from me on this YouTube channel lately. And we have seen now just Bitcoin kind of just slowly dipping its toes into this area of support, which is absolutely great because it's showing us that when we're moving up with quite a good amount of vigor, quite a bit of intensity. But as we're moving down, not really the case, right? So that, I think, is a reflection on the strength in this market, where if we're able to move up quickly but down slowly, that might tell you it's a little something about the intensity behind the selling and the buying. And even better than that, look at the volume down here, guys. The volume is now trending down pretty clearly. If we actually tighten this moving average up to, let's say, 10, you're going to see that we've really started to trend downwards now with our volume, which means the real volume spike basically just happened around this general area, which is basically when we were trending up. And ever since then, we basically entered a sideways trading range for, lack of a better term, I guess, the volume has kind of been on a little bit of a decline, which is good news for us because that's telling us that, again, the market is generally agreeing with this upward price action, but not so much with this downward price action. And again, the fact that this is, lining up with a 4-hour EMA ribbon, I think is absolutely great. It lines up with a 1-hour Ichimoku cloud. We've got multiple different indicators pointing towards the very same conclusions. And if we take a look at the sentiment, guys, you've already heard me covering this earlier today. If you watch my Doge videos, so shout out to those of you who are regularly watching these videos. Thank you all so much. We are still at pretty decent levels of fear in this market. We take a look at the long and short ratio that we've got in this market as well. And it's looking pretty good, right? Majority short right now on Binance, on Bybit, and on FTX. This is exactly what we want to see. Shout out to 𝗙𝗥𝗙𝗪, 𝗙𝗥𝗙𝗪. You guys already know him if you've watched this channel for a while. I've had him on this YouTube channel before. He is a very, very good analyst, also British, and this is his website where he's showing the long and short ratio. This information is available everywhere, but I like the way it's laid out on this website. So if you want it, it's 𝗙𝗥𝗙𝗪.com. Go ahead and check it out. But right here, guys, I'm seeing a lot of signs pointing towards the same direction, because if we do have majority people going short in this market, which is not something that we've had while we were trending down, that is generally going to be a really nice sign that the market could continue to rally up, because, you already know the deal, right? 90% of people in these markets are going to be losing money. And the cool thing about this Binance data is that this discounts data from the top traders. So you're basically seeing the data for the bottom traders, or the majority of traders that are not extreme winners. That's what this data represents. That's not the case for Bybit or FTX. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of getting that data, but with Binance, it is provided to us, and that shows us that the retail is massively leaning short right now. And again, when the majority of people are looking at one particular direction, guys, you know the deal. I'm running in the opposite fucking direction, all right? I've been saying this for a really long time. It served me incredibly well. I've been in this long position right here from 19.7 with 10x leverage. I've already hit more than 50% profit on this position, profit secured all the way up, and I have been trading this on Bybit. So guys, go ahead and check it out if you're interested in trading on the very same exchange that I'm using. Bybit is offering you guys $4,000 in deposit bonuses. That is free money that you can trade with when you sign up using my link down below. Go ahead and check it out. This market is extremely volatile. Doge is available on here as well. And while you're there, guys, if you want some more bonuses, BitGets bonuses even easier to get. If you deposit $4,000 and trade a little bit, you're going to be getting 400. So much smaller bonus, but much easier to get. And the cool thing about BitGet, ladies and gents, is that this is available anywhere in the world without a VPN, without KYC. So that is absolutely amazing. And yes, I mean anywhere in the world. So go ahead and check it out. You might need a VPN in the future in certain territories, but for now it's totally freely available everywhere. Withdrawal limits are extremely high. This is exactly as competent as any other exchange, really. I've been using them myself. They're right up there with Bybit, actually. They're getting pretty big, guys. So definitely keep an eye out for them, because bottom line, it's a very good idea to just have a backup exchange, right? I mean, it's just good practice to be having where has it gone? It's just good practice to be having backup exchanges because, you know, something can happen. You can get hacked, exchange downtime, whatever, you know, liquidity problems. It's good to have backups, and bottom line, if you get paid for it as well, it becomes a no-brainer. So go get your free money with BitGet, available anywhere in the world. Bybit also offering you guys $4,000 zero fees and spot pairs as well. Guys, go ahead and check them both out in the link, with the link in the description down below. It's free money for you, helps the channel out as well. So I do appreciate that very, very much if you go ahead and take a look at them. And if not, also absolutely no problem. Let's take a very quick look at Doge again. You guys have known that I made a video on Dogecoin just earlier today. You know, I was talking about how we're probably going to get quite a steep drop down before potentially recovering back up, and that is exactly what has happened. Doge has actually made a fairly substantial move down here on the 1 hour time frame. I posted my video I don't know, somewhere around here. I can't remember, but oh, this is the wrong time zone. I probably posted my video around here, and yeah, no, doesn't matter. Doge ended up moving down. We've actually just swept this low, you know, so are we looking at a pattern of higher lows? I'm sorry, lower lows right now? Potentially. We've also got lower highs right now, so this is, you know, it's certainly indicating that we could be in a little bit of a downtrend. I don't want to pay attention to things like this Ichimoku cloud right now because, as you guys know, this is a very hard coin to chart, but bottom line, we've just got to scramble to find any basic areas of support that we can identify. It's very hard, but I'm seeing some support down here at 8.7 cents. I'd love to say 10 cents could be support, but it's really quite limited as far as, you see what I mean? Like, you look at this chart, it's pretty difficult to identify any support levels on this chart right here, ladies and gents. I mean, you know, Doge is really not in a particularly good position if we are going to be dropping, and that's exactly what I was kind of warning you guys about in the previous video that I made specifically on Doge, because this can be very, very volatile to the downside. So please be very, very careful, you know, if you are looking at trading this in any way. Like I said, it is available on Bybit, not only as a spot pair, but also as a derivative, which is fucking crazy. I fully intend on trading this for a little bit of fun, and I'll let you guys know in VIP when I do that. But yeah, for now, you know, I think this could be ready to rip down a little bit if the markets do continue to retrace. But if not, guys, you guys heard my opinion on this. I think that it's going to be actually a fairly easy rise up to like 25 cents, and then we can talk about next targets later. I know everybody is really just rubbing themselves off to a $1 Dogecoin, you know, and I don't want to comment on that too much just yet because we're literally like 10x away from that. So you know, it's quite premature to be talking about those kind of things, but still, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's, you know, showing us the right signs. You know, this is not unexpected price action whatsoever. Against Bitcoin, I do find this to be pretty interesting. We have lost a lot of ground against Bitcoin right here. Fairly similar chart. Support down here for Bitcoin is a lot more obvious at 420 Satoshis. Shout out to Elon Musk buying Twitter. And we are seeing this kind of across the board where altcoins are losing out against Bitcoin right now. So fairly standard market retracement, guys. Every altcoin is kind of down against Bitcoin at the moment, but you know, I've got some pretty good reason to believe that this retracement isn't going to be lasting very long. The dollar index is actually going to begin trading again within the next 2 hours, basically, from when you start watching this video. So you know, I think that's pretty good. That could give us some indication if we start to see the dollar just kind of trading sideways, and there's no conclusion I can make off that. But if it ends up moving up, we could see a little bit more blood in these markets, because that next area of resistance for the dollar is going to be up at 111.8 according to my analysis. And you know, if we do end up dropping down, then yeah, I think we're going to be done with this, and you know, Bitcoin and so on can begin rallying up a little bit more. You know, for now, it's yeah, you know, I think we're almost at the mercy of some of the bigger markets. There is one particular video that I wanted to give you guys about Bitcoin and its decoupling potentially from the dollar index and the S&P 500. I've got a really interesting chart that I actually want to show you with regards to that, but I was thinking of making this a completely separate video. Let me know if that's something you want. But guys, take a look at this chart before I send you off anyway, because I think this is a really, really interesting one right here. Every single red line here represents a Sunday's trading activity. And what's really interesting is if you just pause the video and look at every single candle that happened on these red lines, again, which are Sundays, you'll see that Bitcoin has not made any significant moves on Sundays since 133 days ago right here. You know, this was the last time we had a somewhat volatile Sunday trading session for Bitcoin. And the reason that this is important is it tells us a lot about how Bitcoin doesn't really move in its own way anymore. It's actually quite dependent on what's going on in global markets. So I've been saying this all the time, guys. I've been very, very vocal about this. I know that some people get their feelings hurt, and you know the deal. They can fuck right off this YouTube channel because we don't have the patience for them, ladies and gents. But, this is something which is quite important, because if Bitcoin is going to be basically at the mercy of what's going on in the conventional markets, then we're never really going to see any particular volatility. And this is also evidenced just by the fact that we haven't seen any CME gaps since early June, guys. Take a look at this chart right here. The last real CME gap that we saw was all the way back here. We're getting gaps, but we're filling them fairly quickly, and I think that's a really important thing to keep in mind, right? We only print CME gaps if Bitcoin moves in some significant way over the weekend, because the CME is a Chicago Mercantile Exchange, doesn't trade on weekends. So that's a really good kind of indicator of how correlated Bitcoin is with just weekday trading activity. If we're not really getting any gaps, that shows us that Bitcoin isn't really that volatile anymore compared to other assets. And that's important, because that does, again, just kind of reiterate to us that we are basically going to be at the mercy of what happens with conventional markets, with indices like the S&P 500, and with that inverse correlation to the dollar as well. So really important stuff. It's a very, very technical subject, and it's not very exciting compared to my normal videos. But if you want me to talk about it, I need you to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know that you want me to make a video on the decoupling narrative for Bitcoin. So far, we don't have any indication that that's going to happen, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news here, but I'm just keeping it real with you guys. If you do appreciate that, do me a favor and throw up a like right here. Guys, like I said, check out BitGet. You're getting a very, very easy bonus here compared to what other exchanges are offering. And again, this exchange is available anywhere in the world. They are well worth checking out, making big moves in the space. Bybit, of course, is generally going to be the main exchange that I'm using, and they are offering you guys $4,000 in bonuses as well. So check them out with the link in the description down below as well to get your $4,000. BitGet to get your very easy $400 bonus. And guys, like I said, I did make this trade right here inside of VIP. Fuck's sakes, I keep forgetting to show you guys the testimonials that we have in VIP. I just keep forgetting to screenshot them, and I can't bring the actual post on here. But the details to join ForFlies VIP are on screen right here. So you're just going to click on the link in the description for the Telegram channel. It's a little bit down in the description, so you're going to have to open it up, and then click on my name at the bottom of any post. That first link is going to take you here to ForFlies Gold. This is where I give you more analysis for myself and my team around the clock. You already know the deal, ladies and gents. We give you some exclusive content on here every now and then as well, things that VIPs see but not the general public on YouTube. Well, basically everything is exclusive compared to what's on YouTube. There's a lot of exclusive stuff that you guys on YouTube don't see, which we post on the Telegram channel. But what I was getting at is I also post kind of exclusive videos, and that to me is where things get a lot more exciting, because exclusive videos are basically what I know you guys really, really like. So they do also go down in ForFlies Gold as well. Go ahead and jump inside ForFlies Gold. And in fact, guys, we're at 21,250. Once we hit 22,000, I'm going to drop another exclusive video for you guys just here in ForFlies Gold. So go ahead and follow that link in the description if you want to get inside. And then if you want to join VIP, you really want to take things to the next level, just absolutely accelerate your journey, make sure that you're on a really nice, sustainable path for growth in these markets. Well, a lot of people have been able to find that inside of ForFlies VIP. I'm not saying that you will as well, but many have. And if you want to take that upon yourself as well, then just click on my name at the bottom of any post and then click on send message. It's going to take you straight to a direct chat with me where you can ask me for the details and I'll get you inside. All right, I really hope you have enjoyed this one. You know what to do if you have. Hit up the like, subscribe, tick the bell, do all the good stuff, and I'm out. Bye-bye.